Hello, everyone. Anonymous Messenger here. So today's topic I want to get into is student debt. Um, it's crazy that student debt is one of our biggest epidemics nowadays, especially because the cost of education has gone up so much. Now, I don't want to get into the whole, should you get that? It's okay, or should you not get that? It's not okay. I don't. I just want to be able to express on the fact that it's almost weird if somebody graduates and says, "No, I have zero debt." It seems that the cost of education has gone up so much that you know people once they finish with their bachelor's degree, their master's degree, uh, they're having to repay that money at a 6% interest. Um, in essence, having a car payment of I don't know, a luxury car without having the luxury car. Now, granted, yes, you invested in yourself and you went to get educated, um, but is it worth it? Is uh, education at UCLA much, much greater than education at some type of Cal State? Or um, is it worth going to New York University and having that experience as opposed to going to Texas A&M? I don't know. What do you guys think? I mean, would you guys trade, um, you know, having X amount of debt, but you had 4 years of an experience that will never come by ever again? Um, Student debt is one of those things where, in reality, you're paying for an experience. You're paying for some type of program. You're paying for something that will benefit it in the future. Now, again, going back to it's a Cal State, UC, or a private um, program, gonna provide you much better results in certain schools. It really is up to you. But I think it's crazy the amount of money that students are now graduating with. Um, so, one of the topics I want to get into is, well, what if your parents or yourself don't make that much money? Then you get financial aid. Um, Granted, it pays most of it, not all of it. Um, how does somebody that makes a lot more money, or parents that make a lot more money, and the student does not get the full financial aid? How does that other person feel? I mean, I'm sure you're listening to this. You're a high school student. You're a parent. You know somebody in some type of similar situation. I want to know. I want to know what you think. Pros and cons, because I understand that sometimes it's not fair for somebody that makes a lot of money that doesn't get financial aid for their sibling, and somebody who doesn't make that much is getting a lot of financial aid. So I understand both points. I get it. Um, my question to you is though, is it worth it? I mean, I know as a 17, 18-year-old, I didn't think much of it. I just wanted to go to the big schools. Um, Now I come to realize that all you're paying is for that logo and the sweater. From my personal point of view, again, you may disagree, and that's great. I want to hear it. I want to be able to read a comment where it says, no, actually, my education at Harvard University provided me with this and this opportunities. I would love to hear that and have a conversation about it. But what I'm seeing a lot right now is many people are attending a certain school for many reasons. Some that don't really make that much sense. For instance, my family all went to this university, so I must go to that university. Um, Another one would be, well, I really like the campus, or I really want to be away from home, or they have a program there that I really like. Well, there's different ways to get to that position without having to spend so much money. I think there's responsibility from everywhere. Students, the schools, because the prices are crazy. They're just rising in prices. Um, but at the same time, what about the federal aid? We're allowing these loans to go through so easily. I mean, um, I think it's easier to get a student loan than to buy alcohol or something. It's crazy. The fact that you're able to get yourself into a big hole without noticing it, without reading the fine print. As a student, as a college student, um, there are ways of going through school without having to pay student loans. Now, is it easy? No, it's not easy by any means. That will require you to attend school, work full time, and maybe a part time on the side, just because I understand school is now really expensive and it will continue to rise. But staying out of debt, staying out of the student loan hole, because you get in there so easily, um, alongside with credit cards, that it can be overwhelming, and it sometimes is overwhelming, especially right after you graduate and you can't get a job for this, the major that you got in. And so that's another thing, that I'll get into if college is worth it, another different theme. But how did you do it? And if I want to hear this, how did you do it? If you're in college or if you graduated, or do you have younger siblings, or do you have children? How did you do it? What would you have done different? Um, I think it's fascinating. I think we need to educate the young ones and having them make smarter decisions. Um, Not just attend a college because they like the trees in the campus, or because they like their logo, or whatever the case may be, or because they're huge football fans. Now, I'm not against big schools by any means. No. Um, However, if you have a plan to get through it, if you're saying I can go to a Division 1 school and get, I don't know, a full ride, yes, go get that experience. It's gonna be hard for, especially if it's far away from home. Go get that experience. Uh, okay, I'm going to that school. I'm getting some academic help and some, I don't know. I play sports. I'm getting some type of financial aid through that way, and then you're gonna have to work and pay. I don't know, a tiny portion amount than you would have paid if you had no aid. Then yes, go. But if you're gonna go to a school where you can barely, for a lack of better example, if you can barely afford the application to into that school, maybe you should reconsider. Maybe you should consider a different path. But it's really easy to get into student loans. It's not easy to pay them back. Remember, even if you file for bankruptcy, that student loans will stay with you. Um, you're paying back 6%. Um, Read the fine print. Read the fine print. That's all I'm asking from you. But yeah, let me know. Let me know what you think. I think this is a very interesting topic. Um, and last but not least, talk to the young ones about education. Um, if you're gonna be 150 to $200,000 in student loans because you're studying to be a doctor, all right. Sometimes when you get to grad school, there's no other way around it. I'm not gonna expect you to pay 10 grand a month. Cash flow. That's not gonna happen. Uh, but please, talk to the young ones and say, hey, you're thinking about the art degree. No reason why you should end up with student loans at the bachelor level, or similar degrees like that. Um, yeah, it's definitely a tricky topic. Let me know what you got to say. I want to read that, alright? For now, Anonymous Messenger is out.